Hi, it's Desiree again. I haven't done a video in a while, and I I have a topic I thought about. I keep getting my topics throughout the day, and again, if you actually have a topic for me to talk about, or something you want me to think about, or just to put a voice out there, put it on my Facebook or put it on my YouTube. Just let me know, or send me a message or whatever to get a hold of me. Um, but this is a topic that wasn't actually brought up purposely. It was a topic that I thought about when a guy friend of mine was texting me today. And again, I don't try and single people out. I don't try and single races, ethnicities, sexualities. No. But this is, for one, something I want to bring up because it's something I've thought about before, but I just never really. Every time I think about it, I don't know what to say about it, and I just kind of blow it off. So here's what I'm going to say about it. African Americans, black people, whatever you want to refer to yourselves as. Here's what I thought about throughout, throughout the day. A guy friend texted me today telling me how he had just established he was, I guess, a little bit Cherokee, and I was like, oh well, that was random to tell me, but I'm happy you figured out who you are. And for me, when people find out who they are, like your blood, your ancestors, I think that's a good thing. I think it actually helps you establish a little bit more of you as a person. And the reason this topic came up was because what he said after that is, I can't say it pissed me off to where what he said is what pissed me off, but thinking about it further than what he said pissed me off. He was saying how now that he's established that he is a little bit Cherokee, which is a good thing for himself to know who he is. He said that, oh, if it's true and I'm this much Cherokee, well, I could be getting money from the government because of what they did to my people. And then it occurred to me, I'm just like, well, damn, that's great for you. What about the rest of us? I mean, I'm just trying to bring this up for African Americans to really think about this. I don't have like a whole bunch of African American friends or black friends, but it's something for us to really think about. Everyone's gotten something back for what's happened to them from their past, from their ancestors, people who aren't around for the past maybe 50 to 400 or 500 years. Asians are over here now. They brought their families over. They're over here making businesses. They have rights. Mexicans or Latinos, they're coming over the border. They're coming over there. They're using their families. They're putting their money together. They're opening businesses. You have Cherokee, not Cherokee, but you have Indians and Native Americans who have all these casinos up. And again, I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing, because diversity, for me personally, I love it. It's a great thing. But then it's just something for us to think about as a people. What the hell do we have? The government's not handing free money to us. We don't have many business. I mean, we have like hair salons, or we have beauty stores. But I'm just saying, think about it as a race. What the hell do we have? Because the government damn sure ain't giving us any money. We're like a minority. Like, Asia used to be a minority. Mexicans used to be a minority. Hell, even whites nowadays are the minority. What the hell are we getting? We don't have anything. And we were the ones who were put through, again, not trying to single anyone out, but we were the ones who were put through the most. We were dragged over here, we were beaten up, we were hurt, we still go through racism today because we're black. But it's just the issue of, what the hell are we getting? Because the government's not giving us free money, or free education, or giving us back land that was stolen from us. I mean, again, because we were taken from our country, the only thing they could really do for us, which would be kind of double-edged sword, is take us back to Africa. And because we are now descendants from those people, we have, honestly, unless we were born African and we were brought here, we really can't go back because we don't know that Africa that well. We're African Americans because we're descendants of it, but it's not like if you were born in Mexico, you're raised in Mexico, and then you're taken from Mexico to America, and then you grow up and you're like in your 40s or something, and you decide to go back because that's where you're from. But we're 400 years down the line for our race, maybe plus that, and the reason why I say it's a double-edged sword is because if you take African Americans back to Africa, all of us, and you take us back to Africa, well, one, we don't know that territory. At least, unless you go there and visit and stuff, we don't really know that territory. So we would basically be, again, migrating back to someplace that we've never been, which is technically considered our homeland. It's where we're from, again, by descendants and by ancestors, but it's not where we are from. Like me, I'm from San Jose, California. So if you take me to Africa, that would be just like, for me, like a vacation because I've never been there. But I I just really wanted to point that out. I don't want to go on a rant, but it's just something I just wanted to post and think about because I was going back and reading those messages and it just occurred to me. It's like everyone's got something. Every race has, I shouldn't say every race, the main few races that we consider Asian, Pacific Islander, Mexican, or Latino, white, and black. We just like, those are just the general races we think of. It's like everyone's got something. What the hell are we getting? Because we still have to compete every day for the same thing as everyone else. But everyone's getting it over us. And like, let me go off on a side note. When I say this now, that we're competing with everyone else, yes, whites and blacks and everyone else in the world, we're competing with people who are literally immigrants, who aren't legally here. I'm not just saying Mexican or Asian, but I'm just saying there are people sometimes who will come over the border just to either give birth to their children here or to have a better life. But it's the issue where we're competing with them. It's like, if we go to school, we deserve first choice, not them. I mean, again, everyone deserves education, everyone deserves that right. But don't give it to other people who are illegally here. You're making it even better for them. Which isn't a good thing. But I'll talk about that later. But my point is just for some people to really think about it. And for everyone out there to think about it. It's just like, what do African Americans get after our years of slavery? We didn't get anything. The only thing we got is the fact we're not getting, well, I can't even say that because we still get killed today because we're black. But it's just something really to think about. And it's been pounding in the back of my skull since, 2 o'clock this afternoon. And it's now like almost 6:20 at night. But it's not fair. I mean, nothing in life is fair. I can agree with that. And I'm not trying to single anyone out, but based off of what us African Americans went through, I honestly think we are, I want to say, the strongest race because we've been through so much and we put through so much pain, suffering, and all. And I agree with a lot of people when they say that America probably wouldn't be the America today without our help. So basically, we get to live on what we built on. But again, everyone's living here. That's not really fair for us. It'd be different if it were the United States of African Americans, and well, we live where we worked. But it's not fair. It's not fair to the rest of us. We have to compete to go to school. We have to compete for jobs. People still look at us confused, and people still look at us and look down on us. And I'm not saying it's I'm never saying it's a good thing, but I'm also not saying it's a bad thing because as black people, we make ourselves stronger off of that hatred. But it's just, of all things out there and of all people out there, why are we the ones that built this country and we're not getting shit out of it? I mean, Asians come over here, they're making businesses, they're going to school, they're the top people of this and that. They're even bringing their stuff over here and making the United States what it wasn't used to be, which is a lot more foreign items. Again, not a bad thing. And Mexicans are coming over. I shouldn't say Mexicans. Latinos, they're coming over. They're having their children. They're making their lives better for themselves. That's a good thing. And let me make this one last side note before I get out of here and start a rant. Like I've said, that these are all races or people who were also used and abused over centuries, and they're making themselves better as a race. Like I said, Latinos, they're coming over and they're doing something. They're trying to start businesses. They're trying to make a living. They're raising their children to be more educated, and have more sense of pride in themselves and their work. Asians the same way. They try and come over and they do what they need to do. They make businesses. They go to work. They go to school. They stress education. And there's nothing wrong with that. And the point I'm trying to make is that yes, African Americans, we deserve more than the rest of them. I'm not trying to say it because I'm black. I think it's honestly true for any other race. I think every race that was in a source of slavery or in a sense of abuse, they deserve something. But it's just when we were the ones that were put through the most, we were enslaved, we were encaged, and to this day, we're still treated this way. It's not like it went away after 400 years. We still go through it, just less. We're not really getting lynched. We're not really getting beaten. I mean, well, we are, but I mean, it's not like back in the 500s ago, where that was just the norm. But it's just, we were the ones enslaved the most, we were the ones who had the most problems, and we are the ones that get shit nothing out of it. And the only thing we get to say is that we can't even say we're immigrants because we were taken from our homeland over here. So we can't even say we're immigrants. We're the only people here who has not migrated over here. We were taken over here, which I never thought of until watching something on TV. And Man, I was going to a point and then I lost myself. But again, just for something that people think about, I want to actually hear people's opinions. So comment, leave me messages, send me text messages. I don't care anymore. Just someone message and contact me and just let me know your opinion on it. Because again, I'm not trying to single any race out saying, oh, I'm better than a Latino, because no, we're not. We all went through some pain and we all had our suffers and we're all making something out of it. But I just want to know what people, if you agree, if you disagree. Hell, I don't even care if you say you hate me for what I said. I just want to honestly know what people think about it, because it's, again, a point I just thought about today after all these years, and it's just something I wanted to say and see if I'm the only one thinking that. Oh, my last thing, I just remembered, the last thing I was going to say before I get off is that because all these races are working hard, I'm not gonna lie, African Americans, we can do a lot more for ourselves as a race. I realize that a lot more. I have a lot of classes with a few of them, and frankly, again, I act like a statistic too sometimes, so I can't really say shit. But it's just like, we make ourselves look bad too nowadays. We make ourselves look really bad. We're not putting out our full potential all the times. We're not even amounting to a lot. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to down my race, but I'm just thinking like, damn, like Asians were discriminated years ago, and they still made something of themselves. Latinos, they did the same thing. What the hell are we doing? I mean, like, we're being rappers, we're being sports players, and again, I can't talk because I listen to a lot of music and I play sports myself. I play tennis, so I can't really talk. I follow in the statistics sometimes, and yes, sometimes I get lazy to where I really fall in that category. But it's just like, I know there are those few out there who are trying to make something of themselves, but it's like the few I see, like, not knowing them and not knowing them, and when I look at them, I see exactly what people sometimes think of us, where they think we're just dancers, or we're just sports players, or we're just rappers. And honestly, sometimes we can fall into those statistics. That's what we can do. But again, it's something we do well. It can't be really fought against, and it can't be argued with, but it's just a matter of how we go about it. Like, I don't know that many African Americans who are the managers or the CEOs or the COOs or it's just like, I don't, it's not a common thing. It's not saying it's not possible, and it's not saying I haven't seen it. I'm just saying, if you're in a business, you expect to think that there's an Asian somewhere in that business. Just really. But it's just like, I don't walk into a bank and expect to see a black person behind the counter. I go to a fast food place and expect to see a black person working there, because that's just, sometimes we don't always push ourselves as a race. And again, I'm not trying to down my race. It sounds like it, and in the back of my mind, I know I'm putting my foot in my mouth by even saying shit. But again, it's just, we are mounting ourselves to that. And this next comment I'm gonna make, I know I'm probably gonna hear it from my own family, but even in my own family, we can do a lot better. I guess everyone's true when they say everything starts at home. Everything starts with one person at a time. Well, look at how my mother raised me, and looking at how some of my cousins are, you can see the difference. But again, everyone's different. Everyone has their own issues, and so I can't say anything. And based off of that, I know I'm gonna hear a comment from one of my cousins saying how whatever I just said. But I don't give a shit. I really don't. It's just a point I'm trying to make out there. So you can think what you want about me. You can say what you want about me. I'm just being honest, and this is my honest opinion of what I think. But again, just on that last, I don't know. Think about it, people. What has the government given us as a people over the past 100 years? I mean, really, think about it. Just need to get through the next few days of your week. What has the government done for African Americans that they didn't do before? I mean, only thing I can say at the top of my head is that now when we look at a constitution, when they say all men are equal, it counts more now, but it's still, we're not fully equal. People still look at us weird, especially when you're in a relationship and people look at you weird. I've experienced that myself, and I actually, for the first time being a teenager, I actually experienced straight up racism to the face in the strangest way and in the most uncomfortable way. And again, just something to think about. But I love you all, and I'll see y'all later.